Good morning. It's been a couple of weeks since you last heard from me. We've been really busy working on the studio in the meanwhile. We're getting ready for our grand opening, which is Saturday, May the 9th, the day before Mother's Day. And it will be from 11 to 6 here in Carlisle on 48 West Pomfret Street. And please come in, stop in anytime. We will have some raffles for some free artwork and some glassware from Crystal Imagery. So if you're not local, here's your tour. Enjoy. Right over here is where we used to have the red wall. It is now my workspace, showcasing some of my nurseries, my most popular nurseries behind me. That's where I'll do all the little brainiac work. Yes, I do enjoy being a geek sometimes. I'm an artist on one hand and I enjoy the geeky stuff on the other side. So that's where I'll do that kind of fun stuff. And that's the artwork that my sons have made me over time, and I really, really love it. They were both pretty young when they made those, but you know, I'm a proud mom and I really, really enjoy displaying my children's artwork. So that was really kind of fun for me to put those in the studio. The sign behind me was made by my dear friend Cheryl Stoner of Serendipity Hill. She is just a wonderful, wonderful, warm person and a very talented artist, and she made me that logo sign, so it has a prominent place in my studio. So thank you very much, Cheryl. I love it. And then we have, so this is the geeky side of the studio where I do all my paperwork and bookkeeping and things like that, order processing. And then over here is the artsy fartsy side of the studio. This is where I will create whatever whim hits me in a given day. I have more of Ethan's artwork on the non-functioning wall over there. That is supposed to be he and I. When he was about 5, he painted that for me, and that's us. And I love honeysuckle, so the little flowers are honeysuckle. I thought he was very creative to throw those in there. So that's Ethan's artwork there. I like to put things in the studio that really inspire me. So I also have an inspiration board over here. And these little cabinets are wonderful. They're from homedecorators.com. Those, can you see the cabinets? There they are. Those house my paints and beads and all sorts of fun things like that. So this is the workspace. Okay, and then we move into the lounge, which this is actually my favorite part of the studio. So this is where my girlfriends can come. We'll have coffee and maybe wine, who knows, a little nip of whiskey, whatever hits us at that time. But we have a sofa over here, so we can sit down, we can relax, have some fun, and we have television here, coffee station, refrigerator, things like that. Can we see this? Yeah, I don't know the angle. Coffee, refrigerator, microwave, all those kind of comforts of home, so we can sit down and we can talk and share new ideas and talk about life. And I think it's important to have a nice, inspiring space like that for people. This dresser right here is my baby dresser. It was actually my mom's baby dresser. It was then my uncle's baby dresser, my baby dresser, and was both my son's baby dressers. It's really kind of neat. I do have a blog post about it, so you can come back and see, but you can see all of the, can you see the paint colors? All of the various paint colors there. Those are paint colors from over the years as each baby inherited the dresser. There were layers and layers of paint there. I was actually trying to refinish the whole thing in the robin's egg blue. But as I started to scrape away the layers of paint, I actually really loved all of those beautiful colors and the just the representation of all the generations that have enjoyed that baby dresser. So I left the top with the varied layers of colors showing, and I just polyurethaned it. So it's really kind of neat. I have it covered right now because there's a coffee station on it, but it's really cool. It's really cool if you can see it. See all the colors. It's beautiful. There's some pink, there's some beige, some white, and it's just really, really special to me. So there's the coffee station, and I have a fun little chandelier in the corner. Here's the little cart with some blankets if it's cold, some dog treats for my puppy, and some artwork on the walls. So this is, and you're really going to love this. I had this custom made, but it's what happens in the studio stays in the studio. I couldn't help it. It's just too fun. It's too cute. And I wanted to come back over here and show you where the dog sleeps because I mentioned the dog treats. Foo, the wonder dog, has his own little princess bed tucked away in the fireplace. You know, he has needs. So when he's here, rather than him being so high maintenance, I gave him his little princess bed. I have some treats for him. He'll be fine. So if you come knocking and you hear the barking, Foo is harmless. He's 8 pounds of fun-loving craziness, but he's a great little dog. So we do have a studio dog, and I love having him around. Now, here's the retail space. This is the main entrance, as I showed you before. And I have hung all of my artwork represented by Oopsie Daisy now. Oopsie Daisy is a wonderful licensing partner. They make beautiful reproductions of my originals, and those are hanging all around the room. Okay, you can see if you can see the walls here. We have all the artwork represented. There's more over here. You can see it. It's hard to get the right angle here. Our best-selling princess storybook and that whole collection. Then I also have some leftover rugs from my rug inventory when I was selling rugs years ago. My hand-hooked wool signature rugs. We have the nautical, the bunny, the cowboy, and some princess rugs. So we've got a few rugs left over. Make sure you stop in if you need one. And in the various baskets around the room, I have some of my obsolete inventory as well. So these are some leftover hand-painted plaques and reproduction plaques that I had before I signed with Oopsie Daisy and was producing some of my own. I have some leftovers. These will be discounted, and as they sell off, they're gone forever. So I'd like to sell off some of that old inventory. It'll be great. Now, we also have a cabinet, display cabinet over here with some crystal imagery artwork. You can see some of our crystal imagery glassware. I have artwork on the brain. But this is crystal imagery glassware represented by, or made by my husband and his company. So we will have those represented and for sale here as well. And back here we have the little stairway I showed you earlier a couple weeks ago. We have replaced all the flooring with this beautiful wood flooring, wood laminate. And I have a workspace back here. It's not quite finished. We need to get the work table in. I have my swatch rings kind of hanging in the corner over here for my design work. All the wonderful companies that I represent for baby bedding and things like that. This will just be a nice little work area and a storage area. As time goes on, I may make it into something else, but for now this is going to be great. I can close it off with the curtain, so that when I am open for retail, they don't have to see the ugliness that might be back here. So there's your studio tour. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed sharing this transformation and this very special time in my life with all of you. And I hope as time goes on, you can find your way here and stop by for some coffee, hang out on the sofa, and maybe even buy some artwork or some glassware while you're here. Thank you very much. Cheers.